Q103, Albany's rock station. I'm joined in the studio right now by a couple of local boys out of Latham that go by the name of Animal Math. Hello, gentlemen. How are you doing today?
Not bad.
How you doing?
All right. Do me a solid and go back and forth. Introduce yourself. Let us know what you do in the band.
All right. My name is Sean Shaffron. I am the bass-lead guitarist, I guess.
Yeah.
We play like extended range guitars, so I kind of have both jobs, I guess.
My name's Jim. I am the lead vocalist, rhythm guitarist. Sean and I kind of swap off writing music. Usually if he thinks of an awesome part to go to one of mine,
it's like a joint
we kind of
effort.
co-write.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I was going to ask you. You guys are a two-man band. You guys have like drums. I hear a lot of different sounds coming from your tunes here.
Yeah, we've worked with a few people for. We actually recorded at Wandering Sound Studio in Saratoga. So Noah Chieko, who's been a friend of mine for a while, laid down the drums. We kind of worked together to come up with the drum parts that worked. As of now, I program drums. But
and we play over a track live at the moment. So there's a drum track in the background. We play to a click track.
We had a drummer, but band drama, as I'm sure the other bands out there know.
Right. Let us know a little bit about this band. How did Animal Math come about?
Well, I started doing solo stuff because it's as anybody out there that's in a band knows, it's really challenging to find people that work not only on an interpersonal level, but musically. So I started doing it as a solo project, stopped doing it, reignited it about a year ago with the goal being just to write music that I loved regardless of what anybody else thought. Yeah. And I met Sean at school and we just clicked like that. And
yeah, I mean, I literally met Jim and then I went over to his house, I think like the same day. And we just started writing music. Within like 2 days of meeting each other, we started writing music.
It was love at first sight.
Yeah. And it's been a year, and it's been a very long progression. And
Yeah, and in that year, we've acquired like almost 25,000 fans now. So
yeah.
I guess it was because a lot of people, I feel like, write music based on what they think people are going to like instead of writing music true to themselves.
Absolutely.
And it was a huge risk for us to do that, but it's worked out pretty well. So
yeah.
It sounds like it's working out pretty well. So tell us a little bit about the sound of Animal Math in respect to you guys saying, music that you love.
One of my big influences is Coheed and Cambria, and I really like how if there's any Coheed fans out there, I like how they there's this epic feel to their music. The way they write it is more of a story. It's more of a story arc instead of A, B, verse, chorus. So I wanted to write these songs that took you on a mental journey. I'm relatively limited on guitar. I'm more of a slow hand kind of player. But when I met Sean added so much of a dimension. I mean, Sean's a metal shredder to the core. And that added this different dimension of like this otherworldly sonic kind of interplanetary dimension of the music.
And it was really interesting working with Jim at first because for the most part, like what I had really enjoyed doing and what I had done with solo projects in the past is done, really, really heavy stuff. And that was kind of what I was good at. And then when I met Jim and he was like, hey, let's incorporate, a lot of that into what I'm doing right now. And I think it works really well. I mean, we definitely have a pretty awesome vibe, in my opinion, at least.
Yeah, because usually you can only hear the kind of guitar parts Sean does over super thrashy, heavy metal.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily that cuts you off from a demographic. It's just that nobody ever really seems to blend the beauty of sweep on guitar with a big chord that lets it breathe. And combining those two things.
Yeah, because a lot of those parts are, really beautiful parts, but because they're in that kind of music, they come across in a different way. So being able to take a lot of that stuff and put it in a different context is, I think, what really kind of helped us find a good sound that we really like.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's take a minute here. We're going to give a listen to the sound that you guys are talking about. The first song we're going to do is Sketches.
Familiar
So that was Sketches coming off your upcoming EP, right? It's called The Ballad of Bloodbath McGrath.
Yes, ma'am.
So tell us a little bit about Sketches here.
Well, a little story about me. I was in the military for 4 years, and I went to Afghanistan for a year, and I had a lot of issues just mentally stabilizing. So this song was written to be the metaphor of a leaf falling off a tree, and the tree being its mother, and it having to let go of the leaf, and that whole metaphor was kind of meant to be about me being able to get over those issues that I had. And it was the first song that was written off this EP, and it was meant to be the radio banger. So
yeah, and Sketches is actually kind of what made us play music together. When I had first met Jim, he had written a version of Sketches that's a little bit different than what's on the EP, but he had written a version of Sketches, and you meet a lot of people that play music, and a lot of it, there's no real connection to, or like, at least it's something for me personally, it was stuff that I didn't find a connection to. And when he played that song, I literally looked at him, I was like, that is that is the song, like I definitely want to work with you. So it was kind of like that song was like the bonding moment of Animal Math.
And the highlight of that song, if you listened or if you want to listen again, for us, I think is there's a 2-minute giant outro that just with huge chords and a dueling guitar solo that goes back and forth.
Yeah.
And it just kind of changes through different rhythms, and it just has an awesome flow to it.
Absolutely.
So tell us about the EP, The Ballad of Bloodbath McGrath. So it's on pre-order right now, but you don't have to do this? What's the deal with this?
Yeah, it's on pre-order right now, but once the release date is March 15th, but it will just be for free on March 15th. So anybody can go on, download that. And
yeah, we put it up for pre-order initially because we kind of have assumed the role of record label on our own and are pushing ourselves. So obviously it costs us money to do that.
Right.
But the end game was to just bring music to people. At least to me, music today that you hear, there's not as many bands that are making that Pink Floyd move to write music that really moves you, taking risks to inspire people. And my goal was to really write music that helped other people kind of get through their day that were in similar situations to me. So that being the end game just didn't make sense to put the limiting factor of even spending money on it, because it's a product we just want people to hear. We just want people to hear our music no matter what. So we decided to just give it away.
All right, March 15th, The Ballad of Bloodbath McGrath out everywhere. Let's hear another one off the EP. We'll do Monster for you now.
things unknown. So why don't you just let me die and I'll be born again from the ashes. Breaking down in my arms. I'm the monster who tore you apart. Breaking down in my arms. I'm the monster who tore you apart. Breaking down in my arms. I'm the monster who tore you apart.
That was Monster off the Ballad of Bloodbath McGrath off the debut EP of Animal Math that should be out on March 15th. Guys, fill us in on a little bit about that song.
Well, when I had first met Jim, we had kind of, obviously, like I had said before, we were looking to incorporate a lot of what I did into that kind of new genre of music
Oh,
that I
yeah.
had not experienced
This was an
playing what I
adventurous one.
play over. And Monster was sort of the first time that we really realized how well our two kind of styles would work together. And Monster for me was an interesting, because I didn't really know what to do at first. Not being as experienced with that genre, I guess I was kind of confused on the vibe. I didn't really, you know what I mean? Like I didn't really know what to add to that song to make it better. And then I feel, when we had started writing it together, and me trying to incorporate the stuff how I write into that song was the first time that we really realized that, we could make music together that worked really well with both of what we like to do.
Awesome. So you guys look like you had a lot of fun making this record and kind of promoting this record. I saw some interesting videos of you two.
Oh, yeah.
We're big on the
running
videos, yeah.
running around Colony Center, teasing Wake Up Valkyrie. Were people looking at you like you were crazy in there?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah. Well,
absolutely.
you know what's funny is I think there's so much, to normal people, being in a band is just this huge amount of fun, and you don't really do anything important. You're just running around and having a great time. And although that's an aspect of it, a lot of it's work, and especially us taking on the role of the record label, I guess, to us, it's an extra amount of work. And so it's great when we get to go shoot a video and have times like that, because it kind of draws us back to what we loved about Animal Math when we first started. And that was a great day. We were in Barnes & Noble. It's so funny. People will walk by and wave or something and not really realize what's going on.
Right.
Not even enough to take a second look. They're like, oh, hey, and they just don't really comprehend.
Well, I don't know if any of you out there have seen that video, but I was running around with a Lego Millennium Falcon flying through the mall. So yeah, there were some people. The kids were fans, but the parents were kind of like, what the heck is this guy doing?
Yeah, that was an interesting watch. Give them your links so that they know whether they can find you online.
Just facebook.com/animalmath.
Yep.
Perfect. That's easy.
Yeah, videos are up there and pretty much all the content. And then on March 15th, the EP will be up there. So.
Yeah, you guys seem pretty active, pretty fun with your fans. You guys did a nice little Q&A recently. Some random people putting some weird comments in there. Let's give a listen to Wake Up Valkyrie right now.
The great divide where unrelenting truth eclipses our fantasy. A Burmese blanket of diamonds scattered across a blackened sky. Wax left melting behind your eyes. Hands left you wanting
right, that was Wake Up Valkyrie off the Ballad of Bloodbath McGrath. It is going to be the debut EP from Animal Math, a couple of gentlemen out of Latham right here in the capital region. So guys, what's next for you after the EP drops?
Well, there's a lot in store that we've got lined up. We're already at work writing our next release, the gallant Dr. Gable. That's a little behind the scenes info nobody knows about yet, but we're actually planning on booking a tour in Brazil and Mexico. Next year.
Yeah.
So we're going to be going down there for about a year. We're going to live there for the rest of our lives and just play music. But we're going to be there for a month and see how that goes. Get local shows up and running after the dust settles from releasing this. And
yeah, absolutely. And
just keep pushing.
Yeah, just keep pushing the EP and really, trying to create better and more content for people, our fan base. And I think we love making the videos over our music. And so that's probably, what we're going to continue doing.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So the EP comes out March 15th. It'll be available everywhere you can get music. So make sure you go pick up a copy. It's called The Ballad of Bloodbath McGrath from the gentleman called Animal Math. We can't wait to hear the entire EP and hear more stuff from you guys. Be sure to let us know when you got some local shows coming around so that we can come out and see them.
Absolutely.
Right on.
Thank you guys so much for stopping in.
Thanks for having us.